This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports, powered by the Union Banner at Union Banner on Facebook. Your sports teams, your community, your radio station. Presents Talkin Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin Sports is powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Sieber Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talkin Sports. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio for the midweek edition. Coming up this evening, we'll talk basketball with Salem Wildcats coach Andy Fehrenbacher. Then we'll head up north in the second half hour for Eastern Illinois AD and a former Illini basketball standout, Tom Michael. Plus, as always, on a Wednesday, we have the Meadows Screen Printing and Signs Sports Flashback. It features pro baseball's Zach Hockey. But right now, it's time to tune in Scores and Stuff, which is brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. Be sure and see them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. We'll begin with the National Hockey League because the Blues didn't lose last night. Braden Shen, what a third period. He capped a St. Louis 4-goal third, and the Blues beat the Florida Panthers 4-3 at Enterprise. Shen's tie-breaking goal came off a rebound as he backhanded it past prone Panthers goalie Roberto Luongo with 3:55 remaining. Perron had 2 goals. Barbashev also scored for St. Louis, and Jake Allen posted the win. He made 22 stops in goal. The Blues host Colorado Friday night. 26 points, so they remain out of the league cellar. Did you see that deflected? Well, it wasn't a goal, but off the official, and that was have never seen that before. And the play the other night, David Backus last night, if you saw some highlights, he took a skate to the face, but of course he got stitched up and came back and played. Because he's a hockey player. Amazing. The winter meetings, of course, continue. The Cardinals have been pretty quiet there. They did acquire Drew Robinson. Drew Robinson. He's left-handed. Drew Robinson. Cardinals have no wisdom, no more. Yadier Molina will have a cleanup procedure done to repair a nagging irritation in his left knee, something he noted during the season, but he continued to play through. Okay, they expect Molina to be able to resume his usual off-season workouts and running program by January and go from there. Simple procedure. All-star outfielder, it's supposed to be. I know what that's about. All-star outfielder Andrew McCutchen and the Phillies have agreed to a $50 million 3-year contract. I don't know, man. I love Kutch. He's been a great player. He had a really off year. He's 32. We'll see how it turns out. He spent 9 years with Pittsburgh, was traded to San Fran last winter, ended up with the Yankees this year. Tyson Ross, remember him? Late of the Redbirds? Yes, he goes to Detroit for almost $6 million. Billy Hamilton does sign officially now with the KC Royals at $5.25. Ivan Nova has been acquired by the White Sox from the Pittsburgh Pirates. And do you want Troy Tulowitzki? He's been flat released by Toronto. They owe him $38 million for the remaining 2 years. He hasn't played in a major league game since July of 2017. He's always hurt. Go ahead. Pick him up. Won't cost you much, but why bother? The Rays inked pitcher Charlie Morton, almost officially, I suppose, for 2 years and $30 million. Not bad, because they use that opener logic down there in Tampa Bay. He'll pitch 2 or 3 innings a game for $30 million over 2. Crazy. The Tigers have agreed to a 1-year, $5+ million contract with shortstop Jordy Mercer. He's a good ball player. The Baltimore Orioles will name Cubs bench coach Brandon Hyde as their next manager until he gets fired. He replaces Buck Showalter, who was let go after the O's finished a franchise worst 47-115. Casey Stengel couldn't do anything with this Baltimore Orioles team. They might get left out of the AAA playoffs. I'm not sure. In college basketball, the Illini entertain East Tennessee State on Saturday afternoon. Mizzou is off until next Tuesday. The Salukis welcome Murray State to Seadale this evening. The Billikens are in Houston Sunday. And SIUE, well, they will play again next Monday night. Big upset in college basketball last night. It was Penn over Villanova, 78-75. That was quite a finish, quite a ball game. Got to see some of that. The Wildcats had won a city record 25 straight against Big Ten, Big Five rivals Temple, St. Joe's, LaSalle, and the Quakers, but not last night. And Kentucky's sophomore guard, Quade Green, is leaving the program. He is going to transfer. He just played 10 minutes in Kentucky's overtime loss to Seton Hall Saturday. Only 8 minutes in an early December win over Greensboro from UNC. He started 13 games as a freshman and played more than 25 minutes a game. Averaged 10 points, almost 3 assists, but he is gone. He wants to get more playing time. I mean, can't really argue with him on that. He said everything's fine between himself and Cal. Spurs coach Greg Popovich moved past Pat Riley for fourth in the NBA's all-time wins list with that win last night over the Phoenix Suns. Oh, you talk about a AAA or AA. He now has 1,211 career victories. North Dakota State will lose their football coach, and a dandy, Chris Kleeman, is heading to Kansas State to replace Hall of Fame coach Bill Snyder. The Bison, 67-6 in his 5 seasons up there. They play South Dakota State Friday night in this year's semifinals of the football championship subdivision. How about that? Quarterback Will Greer says he's not going to play for West Virginia in the upcoming bowl game. That's nice. I hate that stuff. What kind of well, you're not a team player. That's the whole problem. One more game. If you're worried about getting hurt, don't play football. You're going to be fine. Or don't play the last game. The game before this or the game before that. What's the cutoff line? These guys pull up and practice once in a while. Come on. The Chargers are at KC. The Chargers and KC will duel it out at Arrowhead tomorrow night if you're following the NFL. And that should be a good game. No doubt about that. Let's see. We've got the Alliance of American Football, the XFL, and now supposedly the Freedom Football League. And guess what? St. Louis is about to become the pigskin capital of the world because they already have a team in this league. The St. Louis Independents. Nobody knows when it'll start, or if it will. It's organized by Ricky Williams and Terrell Owens. That should give you a little cause for concern right there. The FFL. I might as well start a league too. Boy, if you can put on a helmet and pads, you can play pro ball now. That is Scores and Stuff, brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing plus collision repair. We'll take our first time out, but don't stray. We're coming right back with Andy Fehrenbacher, Tom Michael later on, plus the flashback.
Everybody needs a massage, just some folks don't like to take off their clothes, deal with the massage oil, and then go to work smelling like a coconut. Hi, I'm Dr. Clinton Smith, introducing the Nomano Massage. This is as close as you can get to the real thing with privacy, a good massage, and no clothing removal. $125 gets you 6 1/2-hour sessions. Perfect for a stocking stuffer. Nomano Massage at Smith Chiropractic in Breeze. Call 526-7732 to buy your Christmas gifts of comfort. Nomano Massage, you have to feel it to believe it.
Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
Get low prices every day when you shop your hometown proud Carlisle IGA. Carlisle IGA has been family owned since 1983, proud to serve this community. Select from quality choice meats from the outstanding meat department. Stock up at the deli and find low prices in every aisle. Carlisle IGA has the best fried chicken in town. Carlisle IGA appreciates your business and could make you a big winner each week with bankroll. And don't forget Carlisle IGA Catering. Call 594-3415.
If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkin's because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us. Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Hello again, everybody. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio on this Wednesday. Every Monday and Wednesday, we are here from 6 until 7, and Saturday mornings, 9 until 10. Again, later on, it's basketball's Tom Michael. Well, the Eastern Illinois Athletic Director, Tom Michael. And we have the Metals Screen Printing and Science Sports Flashback just ahead, too. But right now, we catch up to the Tucker Electric guest line for Marion County. It's Salem Wildcats basketball coach, Andy Fehrenbacher. Andy, welcome back.
Hey, thanks, Rip. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you. You're still at B. Gum Gym, huh?
Yep, absolutely.
Did you just get done with practice?
Yeah, well, I had practice, and then we have a fresh soft game starting up that we had to move from last night to tonight.
Oh, okay. It never ends, but,
Yep.
I mean, you love the sport and all, but, boy, it's busy, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, no rest for the wicked, you know. So.
No. Well, we are catching up with you at a tough time after a lot. Well, hey, the Columbia Eagles, and you'll get another shot at them. They're still good. They're good again. No, headline there.
Right, yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, I was doing some stats from that game. We had them shooting 63% for the field for the game. So,
okay. And what was it the first half?
Oh, it was even better than that. I tell you what, with Peterson and Corey, who's really improved a lot, having two, 6'7", 6'8", and then their guards hitting perimeter shots the way they did, it was kind of pick your poison. So they played extremely well. Yep,
they've got the two Horner boys now doing real well. That's a complete team. I'll be seeing them pretty shortly. The second quarter was the dagger. I mean, they had you by 9 after 1, but you couldn't make any headways in that second when they framed you by 10 more.
Right. They came out and they had us down 9, and then they got some great play off the bench. The James kid and then the younger Holmes boy. Those guys played pretty well, and the James kid hit every shot I think he took in the second quarter.
Goodness.
And that was a big spark for them. So they really got rolling, and it seemed like any time we tried to change things up defensively, they took advantage every single time. They found the weakness. Like I said, I got to hand it to Coach Sandstrom and the Eagles because they had our number last night. They played extremely well. They play like that, they'll be very hard to beat.
Yeah, this particular Holmes, is he the last, you think, or are there more around the corner?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of new to the conference and that area, and I've heard that they've had a number of Holmes kids come through there. That's a pretty common name. So I know this is the younger brother of Jordan who played last year.
Yeah, and I think he ended. I'm not sure how that turned out, but I believe he went up to Illinois. He's going to walk on to the football team. I'm not sure what.
That's the last I heard. That's what he had done.
Okay. Well, so far it's been a bit up and down. I mean, it's not totally expected. You always want more in the way of victories and so forth. But I tell you what, well, you know all about it. But you were without some firepower from that team of a year ago.
Well, I mean, we
starters
lost
anyway.
Yeah, we did. We lost 4 starters and a couple guys off the bench. 3 of those starters from last year are they moved on and are playing at the next level. Damon Crosby's up at Illinois Central up in East Peoria. Cora Brown's at Milliken, and Dawson Linder, our point guard, he's at KC. So, those guys, we lost quite a bit in them, and then we had some other key players too that moved on to graduation. So we had a lot of spots to fill. But these guys are stepping in, and we got a long way to go. But we're battling and we're playing hard. We're 3-5 right now, but we had the ball with 9 seconds to go with the chance to beat Fairfield. They're ranked pretty high in the state in 2A and undefeated right now. We very easily could have beat them at the Capital Classic. So
they're still undefeated.
Last I knew, they were. So they're playing extremely well. But the teams we got beat by them. We got beat by Olney, got beat by Columbia, a good Mascoutah team, and Frankfurt shot lights out when we were down at their place. So I mean, we got beat by really good teams. However, we beat Lawrenceville, we beat Red Hill, and then we beat Central. And anytime you can beat Central, that's a feather in your cap as far as I'm concerned.
You are correct, no doubt. And those kids you talked about who've moved on to college, I know you've had a number of them through the years, but that's always fantastic, isn't it? And especially to see them succeed. And you're so busy with your own team, but I don't know if you had a chance to at least pick a game so far, and they've barely been underway out at Kaskaskia, though, with Dawson, too. They had a whale of a contest Saturday against Vincennes.
Those guys kind of pop in when they're around. All of them's popped in and said, hey, I haven't had a chance to get out and see them yet. I missed Damon. He was down at Wren Lake not too long ago.
Okay, yeah.
Probably would have a good opportunity, but I think I was out scouting that night.
Right.
So, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I have a son who's in 8th grade, so I try to get to his games.
Well,
daughter
sure.
in 6th grade, try to get to her games. I got a fresh soft. I got our JV varsity. I got these guys. I got a scout. I mean,
you'll be free in late March.
In the gym every night. So,
yeah, well, you basically are.
Yeah. That's just the way it goes.
But off that team and others. But, yeah, last year, and I'll get back to this unit, but that was, that was your first in the Kokia Conference, right? You ended up sharing first place.
Yeah, we did. We had a successful season. Went 18-10. That's quite a few wins for Salem High School that they've had in a while. So we were real proud of that, and I know the guys were super excited, and beat a real scrappy Carlisle team at the buzzer last year at the end of the season.
Was there that night? Yeah.
Yeah, to get a share of that title. So. That's just one that we finished 8-2 in the conference. The conference, I love it. It's a great conference.
Good.
A lot of great coaches who really prepare their teams, and it's a tough battle every night. I mean, there's no nights off in the conference.
Yeah,
it's fun. It really is.
I like it, and from everybody I've talked to and so forth, I think they really enjoy having Salem in, and that's competing in all sports too, football, basketball, you name it. And it's a good athletic program. It's good, I think, for the conference, kind of balances it out a little bit too, and on the map and on the floor sizes and stuff. And you also want a regional game. That hasn't happened all that much for Salem lately, and some in-season tournament success in 17-18 as well.
And we got to the regional championship last year, and played Centralia, who's they had that crew that they had for a number of years there that was so good with Williams and those guys that, we were within 3 in the fourth quarter, and Crosby fouled out, and they were able to stretch the lead a little bit. But our guys, they were gutty, and they played their hearts out that night. I was just super proud of them, and I think they represented our town and our school really well that night.
They sure did.
And, I mean, that's all you can ask for high school kids. You push them, they respond. They go beyond further than what they think they can, and that's what it's about.
2-2 at that Capital Classic. You've been here. I think this is your fourth year with Salem High, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. This is my 4th year here at Salem.
Have you been at the Capital Classic 3 of those years or 4? What has it been?
Salem got into it
before you came.
Well, they had agreed to be in it the year before, and then my first year here was our first year in that tournament.
Okay.
And I had been, all my years at Teutopolis, we were in it. So I've been going to that tournament for 21 years. So.
There you go. Well, it's quite a nice event, isn't it? I've never been down there, but
the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce do a great job, and it's just when having Red Hill and Lawrenceville high schools cooperate the way they do with the chamber, they put on a good tournament.
Incidentally, I didn't know it until this a few weeks ago, but so Lawrenceville, they have entirely new school. Is that right? Plus, of course, football, gymnasium,
Oh, yeah.
and all that. I haven't been there in a
Yeah.
long time since I broadcast with Bill Holley for the Salem Wildcats. That's how long it's been since I've been to Lawrenceville.
Right.
Things
You're
have
right.
changed.
They do. They have a brand new high school and everything, new football complex and outdoor facility and everything. I mean, it's pretty nice over there. They do.
That's what I hear. I heard firsthand on the football from Coach Ray Clausing of the Westland Warriors. They played them in their season finale. So, but yeah, you were down at the Capitol Classic again, and hey, the tournament trail. There are 2 more big ones with all the other games mixed in. But you go to Pinckneyville for Christmas.
Yeah, we do. We're really excited about that. You know, I know that there's been a long time that Salem been going to Centralia, but you know, I just kind of felt with the way that the Centralia tournament is now and the teams that they're bringing in, that's not necessarily doing us a lot of good right now. I mean, where our program is and what we're trying to build and trying to get to, you know, like last year, you know, we had a good team last year and had some momentum, but we went in and got thumped right out of the gate and went 0-3 in that tournament, that we had to basically rebuild our momentum, everything we had going into it. So I don't know how good that tournament really did us last year. You know, whereas if we go to Pinckneyville, they have a really good mix of 2A and 3A teams there that I think we would have had a better shot competing at Pinckneyville last year. And, you know, we're certainly looking forward to it this year. I know Coach Wagner, you know, he's also the AD there. They brought us and 3 other teams in. So now it's 16-team
That's right.
bracket style event. So it's built up a lot through the years. They started in the 07-08 year. That was actually my first year as head coach at T-Town, and we were in that tournament. So I'm familiar with it, and I've been to it before, but I've seen it build from 8 to 12 and now 16 teams.
They are completely set. Now, Westland will be there from the Cahokia, too. And then, of course, in mid-January, as we get up ahead a bit, it's the Salem Invitational. And Coach Scott Stewart, AD Scott Stewart, I believe he mentioned that East St. Louis will be entering this midwinter affair in place of Edwardsville, or I think so, right?
Yeah, Edwardsville, they moved on and went to a different tournament, so we were replacing with East St. Louis. So, East St. Louis is loaded this year, and they're really good. So it'll be interesting to see how that all shakes down.
Well, let's see who does pick up the starting roles for you on most or maybe all nights. Andy, who's in that starting lineup? Brubaker for one. He's a good one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He does a nice job. Eric Brubaker. Actually, we start 5 seniors. We have Eric Brubaker and Jacob Harness. Those guys are both football players and played key roles on our football team this past fall. Jacob played off the bench quite a bit for us last year. Eric played a little bit. So they have some experience. Now, Brett Whitney is back. He started halfway through the year and was a great defensive player for us and kind of just our blue-collar guy. And he's back, and he's already taken like 11 or 12 charges on the season.
Is he really?
He had 4 charges in one game over the Capitol Classic. So, I mean, he's not afraid to put his body out there, and, you can't ask any more of a kid like that. So he's a key component to our team. Then we also have Isaac Hayes is a senior who primarily played JV last year, but he really put in a lot of work in the offseason, and he's off to a great start. And then Levi Hayes, he got hurt early in the season last year and wasn't able to complete the season, but now he's come back, and he's a post player for us, so he's really helped out too.
And how about that freshman? I saw him on the gridiron this fall, Caden B. Can he play some? Can he hoop it up too?
He can. Yeah, absolutely. He's primarily playing JV right now. We have been playing some freshmen here early on, but I've used him a time or two at the varsity level as well. So we're just kind of bringing him along, and he's still got a lot to learn, and there's a lot of room for improvement and work to do there, but he's just naturally athletic.
Yeah,
so I mean,
speed,
you got to look at something like that.
That's good. That's good to have a little one of the younger set in the mix there, and I know you have a sophomore too on that roster as well.
We have sophomore. We have 2 juniors in Leighton Ware and Kate Alberson, who both play, who come off the bench as 6th and 7th man for us. Who they're doing a nice job as well.
Bunch of seniors though last year and now again this year. That's always good.
Yeah, it is.
Next up, you're back in league action for the Westland Warriors, right?
Yeah, we are. We have to go over to their place, and that team is an interesting team. They've been kind of hot and cold so far. I mean, some nights they've looked really, really good, and some nights I know they've kind of struggled. So it'll be interesting because you could probably make a little bit of a case about us that way too. I mean, some nights we've looked good, and some nights we've really struggled offensively. So, whatever. It's Coach Brady will have his kids ready. I know his own son is a heck of a player.
Sure is.
And they have a lot of length. Got some kids that can shoot it. So the Cahokia is no different than any other conference. You go out on the road, I mean, you better be ready to lace it up and play because it's not going to be easy.
All right, Andy, we'll take another turn at you in the new year. All right. So thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good luck in conference, but I mean at the Pinckneyville Classic, the tournament down in Pinckneyville too.
Yep. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Rip.
Get something to eat.
Yeah, will do. Thank you.
Andy Fehrenbacher of the Salem Basketball Wildcats. A timeout is on the agenda right about now. Come on back. This is Talking Sports for a Wednesday.
Moving forward requires taking that first step. And when it comes to your future, your first step should be Kaskaskia College. With more than 50 degrees and 100 certificate programs, Kaskaskia College can prepare you for a great career, your next promotion, or set you on your educational path. Life is too short to wait. Take your first step to success with Kaskaskia College. Learn more today. Call 545-3040 or kaskaskia.edu.
Insuring your home and auto with Pekin Insurance equals a sizable discount. Farmer State Bank Insurance Department may save you as much as 30% on homeowners premiums and up to 15% on auto premiums if you insure both with Pekin Insurance. Call Farmer State Bank Insurance Department at 495-2965 for details about multi-policy discounts and learn what beyond the expected coverage and savings are all about.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may go down in value.
Cold weather is extra tough on your vehicle. Be prepared for the weather while saving money with a Best One Tire and Service Standard Winter Service Special. Just $49.95 gets you a full-service conventional oil change, battery and charging system check, antifreeze check, belts and hoses check, fluid fills, new conventional front wiper blades, complete tire check and rotation, plus more. Upgrade to premium service for just $89.95 and receive a full synthetic premium oil change and premium front wiper blades, in addition to all the standard services. And we make life easier for you with free shuttle pickup and delivery, preferred customer benefits, and more. For the guaranteed lowest price for tires, shop Best One Tire and Service. Selling tires, serving people. 13912 Best One Drive in Breeze. Certain locations only carry synthetic oils and premium service is required. Lowest advertised price for tires must be a valid offer. See store for complete details.
I'd like to start a campaign to blow the buttons off people's radios. Is that realistic?
This is Max 96.7.
Welcome back, everybody. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio for a Wednesday night, Saturday morning. One of our guests is all locked and loaded. Carlisle High basketball coach, the Indians coach, Andy Palmer. The time is 6:28. That time drop checks in your way, courtesy of Zero Funeral Home in Carlisle. Just in time for the flashback.
It's flashback.
Get ready to flash back with the Meadow Screen Printing and Signs Sports Flashback. Meadow Screen Printing and Signs on Broadway in Trenton. Call 224-7374.
Bang. This is from June 30th of this year. It's Kansas City Royals farmhand Zach Hockey. What was your initial reaction when, I guess to a degree, maybe a large degree, you were expecting it, but still when you saw your name scroll across the screen or you got that call ahead of time, whichever, what was your first reaction to it?
Oh, man. So I was with my dad actually in the living room, and we were just kind of sitting there, and then obviously got a call, and I was just like, try keeping a straight face, and I looked at him, and he started laughing, and we just kind of started giggling. Obviously, we were happy, and he was actually really proud, and I mean, it was a surreal moment.
Yeah, it has to be. So who's the first to contact you from the Royals?
It was actually J.J. Piccolo and who was the other guy? He was the scouting director. But he called and just said, "Hey, congratulations and welcome to the team, and we'll kind of get your stuff and get your information and get going." So
yeah, let's get you out there. And you ended up being picked in the 6th round as the 182nd overall selection. I mean, that's a good slot. There are a lot of guys in this draft.
Oh yeah. It's like I said, it was a surreal moment to be drafted. On a pretty good round, pretty good pick, and obviously for a really good organization.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tim Draghi, a general dentist from Breeze, Illinois, who sedates patients with pills. I treat a lot of patients who have not been to the dentist in 10 to 20 years. Most had a bad experience as a child. Others are embarrassed to go or are concerned the dentist will scold them. We know these feelings are real and believe in listening to your problems and concerns. I will do all of this without putting you down or making you feel guilty. My team and I want to make a difference in the way you feel about dentistry. Please call me, Dr. Tim Draghi, at 526-2020 to schedule an appointment, or look at our website at breezedentalcare.com, where sedation dentistry is an option for you to take care of your teeth without anxiety.
Are you looking for a happy dental home? Dr. Draghi and Dr. Santel are in-network providers with many insurance companies and have what you are looking for. New patients welcome and most emergencies seen immediately. Get back on the right track to good dental health with Breeze Dental Care. Call 526-2020. That's 526-2020.
Planning a remodel or building a new home? Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton can get you started. Ideal Home Solutions has quartz, granite, solid surface, and laminate, with granite starting at just $49 per square foot. Ideal Home Solutions proudly sells Haas cabinets and specializes in custom showers, any size to fit your space. From tubs, whirlpools, vanity tops, windowsills, you're covered. Schedule a free in-home estimate today, 224-2500, or see their showroom at 102 West Broadway in Trenton.
Hi, this is Sue at Buckeye. Ho, ho, ho. Bring a little holly and jolly into your holiday season with the Buckeye Holly Jolly Giveaway. Come on into any Buckeye location November 28th through December 17th and register to win a $100, $250, or a $500 Buckeye gift card. Just imagine the possibilities if you win that $500 card. You could finally get that steel chainsaw you've had your eye on, or buy the little one's toy tractors to go under the tree. However you choose to celebrate, let Buckeye pitch in with the Holly Jolly Giveaway. Register at any Buckeye location for your chance to win. And don't forget that free bag of popcorn.
Flying in the face of conventional wisdom.
There's no rules and no laws and lots of litter.
Every day.
This is Max 96.7.
Hello again, one and all. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Again, Mondays and Wednesdays, 6 until 7 in the evening. Saturday mornings, 9 until 10 o'clock. Keep this in mind, too, okay? 12 Oaks Vineyard, just south of Carlisle. Easy to find. No problem there, okay? Anyway, their tasting room is shuttered for the winter months. That's where we are now. But you are still welcome. Give them a call and stop by for a wine purchase. Or you can also find their wines at Hoffman's Supermarket, Carlisle IGA, Carlisle KC, Popeye's Chop House, okay? So you can still wine out with 12 Oaks Vineyard. Isaac Rental Property in Carlisle reminds you and everybody to stay close to that Mark Coney. Talking Sports returns soon with Tom Michael. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Hi, this is Charlie Hilmus, Mayor of Breeze. Here's something to think about. Your dollars that are spent in locally owned independent stores return to you through community services, jobs, and donations to schools and organizations. Every time you buy local, you are literally giving back to your community. Now, let's take a look at the dollars that are spent online or out of the area. They bring nothing back to Clinton County. We ask you to shop around our towns and buy Clinton County. Happy holidays.
Scientists say the universe is random. Why should your radio station be any different?
You've got Max 96.7.
Welcome once again, everybody. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. We have one more spread of Talking Sports on this Wednesday night. Let's track the Tucker Electric guest line to Central Illinois for former Illinois basketball standout Hoffman native Tom Michael. Tom, welcome back.
Hey, Rip, thanks. Appreciate you having me on.
Yes, thank you, because it's a busy. You are, as everyone knows by now, the last 4 years or so, you're the current Eastern Illinois athletic director. We've got a lot to crack open, Tom. Let's start with Charleston. You've been working overtime, and it resulted in the hiring of a new football coach. That was a big deal.
Yeah, it was. We're awfully excited to have Adam Cushing on board as our new football coach, and Adam spent the last 15 years up at Northwestern on Pat Fitzgerald's staff, and about the last 10 years or so, he's been the offensive line coach there, run game coordinator, recruiting coordinator. He grew up on the south side of Chicago, played for the legendary high school coach Frank Lenti at Mount Carmel High School.
Oh, wow.
So he's got Illinois ties, and just, you know, if anybody has followed Northwestern's football program and to see what they've done to be able to, under Pat Fitzgerald and where they've grown this thing to play in the Big Ten championship game this year, and they've won 10 games 3 out of the last 5 or 6 years, and so it's just a really successful program, and Adam certainly has the qualities to lead a program in that kind of manner. Very, very similar to the way they've done it at Northwestern, where he's going to bring discipline and order and structure to our program, which is some things that we need. And so, like I said, I'm really excited that after 3 weeks of going through this process, and Bruce, the amazing thing to me is that the amount of interest that we had in our position.
Good.
You know, yeah, it was really good. And you know, 5 years ago, Dino Babers, who is now at Syracuse, was our head coach, and he left to go to Bowling Green, and now he's at Syracuse, and you know, so he's making almost $3 million a year now, and I think a lot of people look at that and say, you know, this isn't just an FCS job. This is a job where it's kind of like a power FCS job. You have success at Eastern Illinois as a head football coach, you're going to get opportunities to move up and do different things. And you know, just very candidly, if our coaches have success and have an opportunity to move on, I'm very supportive of that, and that just means they're doing good things.
Exactly.
And it makes it good for us.
And I tell you, you really obviously want to get the Panthers team back on track. It does have a good history, and it's employed. That school has some extremely good coaches.
Well, and you know, for me to go through this process, and it's the first head football coach that I've hired, and to be able to sit down and talk with. I was down at the Saints training camp this summer and sat down with Sean Payton. I've communicated with Mike Shanahan numerous times. Was down in Dallas and sat and visited with Tony Romo, and went up to Chicago with Ryan Pace, the general manager of the Bears.
Not bad.
Yeah, those guys all care deeply and are passionate about you know, it's really their football program. And when they show that kind of passion and enthusiasm for it, and can talk about qualities that they think are important for a head ball coach, it would be pretty ignorant of me not to take advantage of those kind of resources.
Man, that's great. And Coach Cushing, he sounds like my kind. Man, that's an excellent background. 15 years in one place on top of that. Plus, he's from the South Side of Chicago. Yeah, he sounds pretty tough.
Yeah. No, and he's a smart guy. He went to the University of Chicago, played tight end there, and he knows about smash mouth football, being in the Big Ten and being an O-line coach, being in the trenches, and that's where it all starts. And he's putting his staff together. We're going to meet tomorrow morning and talk about some of those things. And it's just an exciting time for us, and really a great opportunity for us to improve our football program.
Congrats on that important hire. And Tom, before we shift to basketball, what's the rest of the fall sports scene look like for you at Eastern? I know volleyball, by the way, your daughter Kylie's on that team.
Yeah. Kylie is a redshirt freshman, and we had a first year coach in our volleyball program this year too, and so we there's a lot of things that we're changing in the program, mostly culture wise, to try to get our kids to understand that this is Division I athletics, and there's an expectation of how you play and how you go about this every day. It's not club sports. It's not AAU stuff. This is serious stuff. So trying to change some culture in some areas, but Kylie had a pretty good year.
Good deal.
She played like a freshman at times, but she played well too. So it's exciting to have her on campus and playing volleyball here too.
That's fantastic. And many years ago, I shouldn't say, Brenda Winkler out of Bartelso used to coach the Eastern Illinois Panthers volleyball team. So it's got a connection there as well, Tom. But how many, you're up over 20 sports overall. How many are in the fall? How many teams? There's, I guess, soccer and some golf in the fall, cross country, a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah. It's certainly busy but yeah, we've got both men's and women's soccer and the cross country teams, and golf does compete a little bit, but then volleyball and football certainly keep us busy, and it just then there's an overlap as the basketballs get going, which we're into now. So it just it doesn't stop, but it's really a great time. And if you didn't love what you're doing, it might be pretty challenging, but we enjoy it every day.
Women's basketball, of course, and men's basketball. As far as the women's hoopsters go, they're at that 500 mark right now, and 4-4 still early, but making some progress, huh? Yeah,
Matt Balance is our head coach there, and he's in his second year after coming down from Illinois, and it certainly is a rebuild process for him, and we made strides last year. We're making more this year. You got to increase the talent level. It's tough to win games if you don't have good players, and he's doing that. Matt is a recruiting fool. I mean, he is out driving. He'll get in the car, and I talked to him this morning, and he's heading to watch a junior college game. He's got one of his assistants up in Wisconsin. They're all over trying to get better players and moving it up. But we've made progress in that program this year. We're certainly much better than we were last year, and it's good to see those girls have some success.
So he and his assistants, they always remember to turn in that mileage, right?
Oh yeah, they put enough windshield time in that. The gas receipts are certainly piling up.
Yes. Well, let's turn to your game in particular. Men's basketball, the Panthers, they're squared at 5-5 as we approach that Christmas season. Have won 2 in a row.
Yeah. We've kind of been up and down, and we had a great win this past weekend at Western, and so we swept our home and home games with them, and it was good to get a road win like that. But a couple weeks ago we go up to Chicago State and lose one, and that one hurt. So just trying to find some consistency with our ball club there. We've got a number of new kids, some junior college transfers. We had a freshman from Morgan Park, Cam Burrell. He's been out with a knee injury, might be back this weekend when we're at Bradley. Our little point guard, about 5'7" from the St. Louis area. He's a fifth year. He had a red shirt last year because of an injury, and he still hasn't been able to go yet this year. So still battling a little bit of the injury bug, but consistency is the biggest piece there. And if they can figure out how to guard on a consistent basis, we don't have problems scoring the ball, but we just got to figure out a way to stop some people. So that's hard to teach kids when they get to this level, then now all of a sudden they have to play defense.
Yeah, that darn defense. Olney Central and Vincennes, Moberly. When I had Coach Fehrenbacher on from Salem a few minutes earlier, I saw Vincennes play Kaskaskia Saturday. KC just about got him. They lost in the extra session, but Vincennes is really tough again. So when you get a kid from there, he's a player.
Yeah, Roddy Kupabat is from Vincennes, and he's 6'9" or so, and not a real physical type of player, but he likes to face up and stretch the floor out a little bit. But he'll get in there and rebound and do some things, and he's been good. And Josiah Wallace, transfer from Marshall, he was at Olney. He can really fill it up. He had a game earlier this year. We won in overtime out in North Carolina. He had 31 points all in the second half.
Oh, man,
so,
he filled it.
Yeah. So there's times when Rip, where we've really played well, and then there's times where we haven't. So we've got a couple of tough ones coming up here. We're at Bradley on Saturday, and then next week we go to Iowa State. And both of those at our level, they're games that we're getting paid for. So, it's part of that to help make our budget work. But we went down to Texas.
Yes.
Earlier this year and actually played them pretty decent. It was a 12-point game. And those are games that we have to play to get a little revenue going too.
Oh yeah. Coach Jay Spoonhour. Oh man, is this year 3 for him or what, Tom?
No,
I'm behind.
I think this is year 7.
7? What in the world?
Yeah, I
wasn't close.
Hire Jay. Jay was here when I got to EIU, and we did give him an extension a couple years ago, and Jay does a good job recruiting, does a great job in the community, and certainly gets the most out of his players, and certainly a lot of people down there recognize that name with his dad Charlie being at St. Louis U and being very successful there.
Yeah, if he's anything like Charlie, you got a coach and a card there as well. Ohio Valley, who appears, do you think, is going to be the strongest team or two? Murray State's at SIU tonight.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. Murray's good. Belmont is good. Jacksonville State is good as well. So it's going to be a tough league to crack, but at the same time, I think we continue to make strides with our ball club and with what we're trying to do. To get things done. So, I'm excited about us getting into conference play here at the end of the month and into the new year and see where we stack up and see if we can get some of these things figured out in terms of being consistent.
Tom is a Carlisle High grad. Of course, he led the Indians to the 88-89 state championship, and he drained a bunch of threes for the Alliance. Let's go to Champaign-Urbana, Tom, and it's those are still those memories. I bet get greater and taller every year for you, though, Tom, huh?
Well, whoever will still listen to them.
Oh no, I always will. Yeah, everybody.
Those were certainly great times, and being able to play for Coach Weathers at Carlisle and having a great group of guys to play with our senior year and to make that run like that, and to have so many guys, Scott and Eddie and Jason, and everybody that just were so unselfish, and it just Steve Hoffman, it just those guys, that's what made it special, is nobody cared who scored, and I was fortunate enough that they liked to throw it into me inside, and
that's a good option.
And but they didn't. It wasn't guys hunting for shots.
No.
And if Jason and I had things going on in the inside, and then they could pop out, and it was tough to guard us, and just fun basketball, and that was certainly a credit to the way Coach Weathers certainly prepared us to win and play at a high level, and then certainly going and playing for Coach Henson at Illinois, and being able to make a few shots here and there, and certainly spending 5 years there was certainly, that's why I'm in the business that I'm doing right now, Rip, is because of my student athlete experience, and we just hope that we can prepare and provide those experiences and better experiences for the kids that we bring to Eastern, so that they can use their athletic career to better themselves and be successful when they leave.
Incidentally, you have so much on your plate. Steve Hoffman is now the JV coach here at Carlisle High. Won his first game the other night. Yes.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good.
And he has a son that plays who's a very good freshman player, Hayden. So all is well. Hey, on the Illini,
get that partly from his mother's side.
He can. I tell you what, he can ball. Is that what they say now? The young kids. But will Illinois? Are they gonna produce some other, some present day, some soon memories? They still are struggling, but it's. I know it always takes time. Will Coach Underwood be able to pack his guys into that program?
Yeah, there's big challenges there. There's no question about it, and certainly they had a lot of guys leave that program. They had a lot of guys leave that program last year,
yes.
and whenever you have that kind of turnover, it's difficult. The Big Ten is certainly strong again this year, and I think the thing that concerns you about Illinois at this point is just their lack of physicality. They don't have a lot of physical play inside the post guys, and certainly we all know that Big Ten basketball is a banging league, and if you're not physical and you don't have size inside, it's going to be awfully difficult to compete. So I think they've got to figure that piece out, and certainly they've been up and down and have competed against Gonzaga pretty well. I have not seen them play hardly at all, but just kind of watching scores, and they competed well against them, and then they've had trouble finishing some games as well, and Georgetown is probably one that kind of sticks out. You have them down pretty late in the game, and then you end up getting beat to, quite frankly, Georgetown's just a middle of the pack Big East team. They're not a great team this year, and got beat at home like that. So I think they're going to have some growing pains, but they've got to get some guys better on the roster to compete with the Michigan States, the Indianas, the Purdue's, Ohio States, and those types of teams. Michigan's this year, yeah.
I sure hope at some point, I don't know if I shouldn't say never, but they've got to land that top dog again, and they've really missed that with all the great players around our state, especially up north. Easier said than done.
Yeah, it's certainly a challenge. There's so many. The recruiting piece is so competitive, and you've got to have players to win at a high level, and you're right, they've got to figure out a way to get some of those and get the program back where, quite frankly, where it should be.
One of Underwood's players from last year who didn't do great for them, but he was a freshman, etc. But anyway, Mark Smith is over at Missouri. I'm still not quite sure how he got to play right away. He was approved, but he's doing all right for Missouri. But so the Tigers are in good stead at the moment. They've had some really bad luck with injuries, though. The Porter boys 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I think and I don't know the Porters. I don't know them at all, and I don't know much about their history, but I think just generally speaking in terms of the college athlete today is kids are forced to specialize in a particular sport so early, and they don't play multiple sports. Like, it's hard for me to say that because I just played basketball in high school, but it's kids are forced to specialize even in the junior high ages, and they don't develop. I don't think that they develop all their muscles, and then there's overuse, and I just don't think it's healthy the way our young kids are going in youth sports, and I would just encourage parents to try to get their kids to play as many sports as they can, as long as they can. Coaches, when they look at that and you see a multi-sport athlete, our coaches at the college level are looking at that and saying, boy, once I get them and I get to concentrate just on our sport at that point in time, what's the potential at that point? So, I think it's good, but that's also everybody thinks that if I just play one sport and concentrate on that the entire time, that it gives them a better chance and to get a scholarship or whatever it is, and that might be the case. But I think there's some negative pieces to that too.
The Salukis are having some mixed results. The Billikens looks like they have a pretty good club. And our good friend, you really know him well, competed against him for years, Paul Lusk. You had a tough leave over there at Mo State, but if you're going to be an assistant somewhere, he picked as fine a place as anywhere at Creighton, didn't he?
Yeah, I had an opportunity to talk with Paul this spring after the Missouri State piece happened, and just was able to have some really good conversations with him about what his next moves were going to be and things like that. And he's just a quality guy and stands up for the right reasons, and certainly the type of person that college basketball needs, and certainly being up at Creighton with Coach McDermott is a great place for him, and happy that he landed on his feet there in a good situation. So Paulie's a good one, that's for sure.
Apparently he's known Coach McDermott for a long time. He told us on Talking Sports this spring, too, probably around the time you talked to him. Tom Michael's with us for a couple of more minutes here on Talking Sports on this Wednesday. And the thing about Paul, too, he's plenty young for that next available head coaching job, should he pursue that, and I'm sure he will if he gets the opportunity.
Well, yeah, I'm glad that you said he's plenty young.
He is.
Yeah, we're the same age, so yes, there's some mornings when I don't feel so young, but
you ought to be in this body.
But yeah, he certainly has a lot of good years, and he'll get a better opportunity. I think the Missouri State thing was just a really tough one from a lot of different perspectives, and it'll be good for him to have success with Coach McDermott, and then be able to have his next opportunity too.
He had a couple of nice years and a couple of others that should have probably, but he had some bad luck with an injury or two, and maybe a bad apple or so, and it's just the way it panned out. Overall, he did fine. This is going to carry him on to bigger and better things, especially coupling now with McDermott at Creighton. They just lost to Gonzaga and Nebraska. Played the Zags real tough, by the way. So Creighton will probably have another really good season again.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. Them being in the Big East, they've got to play well every night when you get in the bat league, and you got to have horses to be able to run at that. And did watch part of that game with Gonzaga just briefly, and there's a lot of good quality college basketball, and it's certainly going to be fun to see how it all shakes out as we get into the coming weeks. Yeah,
and I saw last night, and you talk about shake out. Who knows? Penn upended Nova, first time in a long while there, so it's going to be a real racket again. It could go any which way.
Well, and I think the fun part about that is that it doesn't matter who you are, where you're at. You better lace them up and be ready to play. There is a lot of parity. It's certainly the Blue Bloods are still there with Kansas and Duke and things like that. But at the same time, I think the sport of college basketball is pretty good in terms of the competitiveness.
That it is. It's still competitive. And hey, Deion Thomas, a couple more things for you, Tom. Have you spoken with Deion lately?
I haven't talked to him lately. Obviously, he's busy doing things now with the basketball season. He does some Big Ten Network stuff on television.
He's good.
And he does and he does some color stuff, obviously, for Illinois on their broadcast. So he stays busy, and I think he still works for. He's still working for Illinois in a little bit of a day job capacity,
okay.
But his broadcasting career is doing pretty well.
And how about your son Nate and McKendree? Boy, he popped a long tray to win a game a couple of weeks back. That was something.
Yeah, we've been able to get down and see a few of his games, and we were certainly there when he hit that one from half court at the buzzer to win it.
That was a thrill.
Coach Foster has just been unbelievable. It's been a great thing for Nate. He's really enjoying the new coach, where they're going with it, just the development, everything. I'm really happy for Nate that he's going to be able to have his last year there at McKendree with Coach Foster and learn how to be a better basketball player. And he wants to get into college coaching, and this will help him do that too. And wasn't last Saturday, but a couple of weeks ago, he was at Maryville hit a game winner with 4 seconds left again.
Oh,
so
okay.
he's having a great year so far, and we just hope that he can continue to play well. And we know his games are dwindling down too, and so every chance we get to see him play, we try to make it down there.
Yeah, that's great. I didn't see that one at Maryville, so that's great. Some game-winning buckets for Nate. And I know the first time we had Coach Foster on after he was signed and sealed and delivered to McKendree, he wasn't quite sure if Nate was coming back because it was really his option, right? And so I know he's glad to have him on board. He's got some good local guys with him here in Girling and Corman.
Yeah. No, when Coach Foster, he met with Nate, and Nate's response to me was, Dad, one, I want to play. And two, Coach Foster's going to get this thing turned around, and I want to help be a part of it. And like I said, we're thrilled with Coach Foster taking it over. Nate graduated last spring, is why he kind of had an option.
Yeah.
And so he's working on his MBA right now, and he should finish that next summer, and then we'll see where he goes. But Coach Foster, that was his first recruiting pitch was to Nate, and it certainly. From our perspective, it worked out very well, and I think that Coach Foster's pretty pleased to have Nate as a fifth-year guy around too.
Yeah. Well, as I've told you before, and I told Nate when we had him on last winter, and we'll have him on again. As far as I'm concerned, we consider him Clinton County's own through you, Tom. So it all filters down. We've got 3 locals on 3 Clinton County kids on that McKendree club.
Well, certainly. Who I am is all based on growing up in Hoffman and going to Carlisle, and we don't ever forget where our roots are. That's for sure.
Nope. I realize that, and that's great. Hey, Tom, appreciate it very much. Let's meet back here in March, okay? And we'll probably talk just completely college hoops. And good luck to the fam, as always.
All right. Thanks, Bruce. Appreciate it. Always fun to be on with you.
See ya.
Take care.
Tom Michael, the Eastern Illinois Athletic Director and Illini basketball player extraordinaire. Carlisle High, etc. You got the mix. Thanks to Tom, and also to Andy Fehrenbacher. Saturday morning, we return with Coach Andy Palmer and more. This is Talking Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College, the future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emeen Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Sieber Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7.